it's Marilyn with mkrcreations, and today we're going to finish our decorative gift boxes. So let's get started. You're going to need scraps of paper that you're going to measure your box and cut to fit. You want to have just a little gap around the edge because we are going to put paper around the edge there. So, okay, I use art glitter glue to do this. And I think first we're going to put the inside one in. The reason I use art glitter glue, you can use other adhesives, but the reason I use glue for this is that I think it is longer lasting, has more staying power. If you're giving somebody a gift box, a lot of times people will use decorative gift boxes to store things and to decorate their homes, and so it's almost like a part of the present itself. So, and depending what you're giving them for a gift, they may store the gift in it. Like I gave my mom a photo album with historic family photos in it, and I made a gift box to fit that album, so she stores the album in that box. And she has it out on a table in her living room so that, you know, people can still pick it up and look at it, take it out of the box, put it back in the box to protect it. And so it was part of the gift. And I cut all these pieces ahead of time to make this video shorter. Okay, then my side pieces, I cut them ahead of time. And we're going to glue those on, both the outside and the inside. And I want to make sure my words, if you have words on your paper, you want to make sure they're right side up so that it, oops. So that when people are looking at it, they're not seeing words upside down. That would bother me immensely. I don't know, other people I may not bother at all, but I'm just kind of anal that way that it would just be out of place for me. It would drive me nuts. And again, you're going to leave a little gap top and bottom so that when we put cover paper on it, it will be good. We'll wait and do the inside all together, and those two are inside, and these are the two outside. You want plenty of glue, but not too much. You don't want to buckle your paper. That's another thing I like about art glitter glue. A little goes a long ways, and you buy an extra small tip to put even less glue on areas, and it does a wonderful job of not buckling your paper and holding things in place. It's also fast drying so that when you're doing your project, you don't have to wait hours on end for glue to dry to move on to the next step. This works very quickly. And the only bad thing about that is you only have a few minutes to move things if you don't get it on right. But it gives you more time to move things than what score tape does. So, all right, so we're going to do the inside now. And then the inside, I put my words upside down because If the paper folded over, it would be upside down. Or you can put it right side up if it bothers you to have it upside down, but on the inside it makes sense that if the paper goes over top, it's going to be upside down. Okay, now we're going to put our corners on, and we will start with our outer corners, and they are about 1 inch long and scored in half. This is going to cover up the edges of your paper like that. Okay, that moved around, and I'm going to start on this corner. It doesn't quite butt up, and if you recall, that's where the papers came together. That was the last side that got pushed together, so we're going to kind of hold that together. And since all the hinges were on the inside, each side might have a little of that, so you want to hold that so that it gets put together tightly. We'll do this with each corner. Again, hold them together tightly. Put the paper together to hold it. Hold it for a few minutes till it has a chance to really grip on that. Like I said, art glitter glue dries very quickly, so it's going to give you a good grip very quickly. And for this, I'm using a paper that is complementary, came from the same paper collection. This is Stamperia paper. It is the New England collection. It's a bunch of blues. It has beautiful bluebirds on it. It's a very, very pretty paper. And if you've followed me for very long, you know I'm a big Stamperia fan. I love their papers. I love vintage style things, and their papers often have a vintage flair to them. And I love that. Oops. Things dropping out of my hands. I got the dropsies today. Any of you ever get the dropsies? Can't seem to hang on to anything. Hope you all are having a lovely Saturday. It's kind of cloudy here. Tomorrow is supposed to be sunny, so I'm hoping that I can get outside tomorrow and get some fresh air. That will feel so much better. All right, and now we're going to do the insides. So it's like that, if you can see how they cover the corners. Okay, these are a little long. I think I used them in the wrong place. Oh, you know, I think I forgot to cut some. Need to cut ones for in there, so I will do that later off screen. These are the ones for the top. Okay, so we're going to start with the short sides. And I'm going to use my bone folder to make these a little sharper, especially since they're going to be on the outside of the box. So we're going to start with the short sides and get those down first. And these are 1 inch wide, scored at a 1/2 inch, and then cut as long as the sides of the box. And they also are from the paper collection. Okay. So these two I'm going to mark for the long sides because these are scraps I had left. I'll mark them for the long side of the box. I cut that. I'm going to score it. Like I said, they're 1 inch wide. You want to score at a 1/2 inch. I'm going to grab my scoreboard up there, score at a 1/2 inch. And put this one in. out of frame. I'm sorry, I'm just putting glue on my box. And we're gonna just tuck that in there. Oops, need a little more off there. Tuck it in and press it down firmly. Okay, and we're going to mark the other side here. Before I score it, I'm going to check and make sure it's going to fit without wrinkling. Yep. So now we'll score that. So tell me in the comments if you've ever done a gift box and what your thoughts on it are and how you do yours if it's different than this. And I'm going to cut 2 more sides. We will score them. And this is cutting and scoring board, and this is all I used to use until they changed their design. This is from We Are Memory Keepers, and they changed the design of the blades, and I had bought some refills and they don't fit this board. So I found a different cutting board that I use because I couldn't get those anymore as far as the blades to fit it. And so I haven't, I mean, I still use the scoreboard on it, but I wish it was an all-in-one for me. I did look, I've seen videos on their other all-in-one that does, I think, bow making and some other things, and I think even the envelopes is on there, but I have an envelope board from them already, so I was not going to buy something that had another envelope board. And there was something else, the bow maker. I have a bow maker, so it's like I'm just going to buy a scoreboard or a cutting board and paper cutter and stay with the scoreboard I have. If I get enough money, I'll get the scoreboard and cutter together again, but things are a little tight right now. I have no income coming in, so need to do what we can with what we have. So as May from May, it says use what you got. So that's what I'm using. So now we're gonna just cover the edge here, because as you can see, and it's a cardboard edge, it's not the black cardboard, so we're gonna cover the edges. And keep things, you know, finish it off here. These are all going to be too big, so we're going to cut them down to fit. A little bit more off there. Okay. Okay. That one's for there. It needs to be cut just a hair more. That one's for there. So we'll put those to the side. We're going to do our short side first. Okay, we'll get that glued down. And again, I'm making sure my writing is right side up. You're going to have to hold it for a minute because it is a bend. Like a 180-degree bend rather than just the 90. Need a little more glue right here, I think. Get that to hold. And don't worry if you get a little glue on your paper, you can wipe it off, and art glitter glue dries clear, so you'll never know it was there. Okay, and on to the other side. You want to make sure you get your glue on the edges. Oops, that's not stuck yet. Okay. All right, that is the lid. So now you can leave the lid the same on top like it is, or you can decorate it, whatever you feel like doing. Some people like to embellish more, some people like simple. I am gonna put, I love these little bluebirds. I think I'm gonna pop them up over here. Don't want to lose my blue flowers because I love them too, and the white flower is big enough that I think I can pop it on there and you can still see the white flower. And in order to do that, I'm going to use some foam tape. That helps give dimension without making things too, how would I say that? Without popping things up too much. Just gives you a little dimension. And you can use as much or as little as you like. I like my pop-ups to be, especially in something like this, to be pretty stable, that they're gonna last through the test of time there. You want these things to last a while. So take the green backing off. And you don't have to pop it up if you don't want. You can always put it flat on the box too. I just think it makes more of a statement if I pop it up a little. It gives it a little more dimension, catches the eye a little more. But again, whatever works for you. Okay, and I did the bottom of the box prior to this, so it's a little tight. I have a little more paper on here than I had planned, so you may have to cut your box a little bigger depending on how thick your paper is. So we have a beautiful gift box that you can use for gifting to friends and family, and the box itself is like a gift too. Have a great day, everyone. If you liked this video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of my videos, I hope you hit that subscribe button. And happy crafting, everyone. Have a wonderful day.